It's Thursday morning. I wanted to take a little video here. Anita had to leave early and go to class at Catoosa today for her work. So I was doing her watering and I picked all those cukes. I don't think she'd messed with them yesterday either. She was pretty busy. So I was out here doing her watering and picking cukes. These cukes we got planted earlier, and I managed to kill all the tomato plants we had. So I pulled them and we planted more cukes that I had seed for. And this morning there's that laying across there. Maybe more things in the garden than what you really want to have to deal with now, huh? I pulled him apart, so I don't know how long it actually is, but it wasn't very much more. Probably just an old black snake, 4 or 5 foot long. I got to do all kinds of checking, so here goes nothing. Cow checking. They're wanting out pretty bad. They all come up here, talk to me. But y'all here doing well. We got them shut over here because we're doing some hay that I'd have to open 11 gates between, and I don't want to be doing that. Well, it's cool here. I'm gonna do some checking. Yep. I love these tractors. They're set up to where they've got 2 dipsticks that check all the oil in the whole tractor. And yep, that's good. Now I know I gotta fuel it. And the seat's not even wet. Next. Doing some more checking out. I pulled the dipsticks on this tractor and looked the baler over. I guess I could look at the string. I'm pretty sure I haven't had enough hay through it to need a full box of string anyway. And I'm not sure this one's going to get used today. That depends on how everything else goes. Nope, it only used one. I hate opening a box without using the whole box, so. Two will get me a ways down the road. And I wanted to show you a problem we've had here in that console on this thing down the bottom. There is a solenoid that turns on everything on the top of the cab. And this one was still the original equipment one. The other 1086 I've got, I've had that problem before and I tried replacing it. I even I didn't go to case, but I did go and get a new solenoid from an aftermarket place. They said it was the right one and it wasn't. It burned up real quick, and the ones from case was kind of pricey. Don't quote me on it. I was thinking it was 80 bucks. But they're a constant running solenoid. They just will burn up. And so I've replaced that on the other tractor with a switch. Right now I've got a battery cutoff in there that we hooked up to it real quick so I could have air. And I got me a switch, and this is the cover that goes on the front of it right here. And I just mounted that switch in it. It's a big old heavy switch. They're about 30 bucks at the auto parts store. I've seen some cheaper, but that's what I had to give for this one. And you can operate it with your foot then, being down there, just on and off like that. In the middle of my work day yesterday though, my belt shelled out. Air conditioner belt. And so, let's see where it goes. There was pieces of it hanging all out the deal, and this one peeled a big piece of the outside off from it and was beating the cab all to death. So I think Dakota's going to change that for me after they get done mowing. But I thought I'd walk down here and see if I couldn't pull a grease gun lever on some of this square baler stuff. I got some square bales to bale today, like a few more than 100, maybe a couple hundred, I don't know. One little patch I'm doing for me. I've got some fields that'll grow up in some Johnson grass, and I don't like to let it get very big before I bale it. And one of those fields is one that's got a building in it that I put squares in, so we're gonna bale it in squares and put it in the barn. But I'm just about out of time. Dew is almost to come off. Sun's shining real nice. It's probably 9:30 by now, closer to 10 o'clock. And I need to get over that with the tedder. Low tire there. I'm gonna have to air up when I get it down at the air compressor. But we go ahead and do our checking. Have a interesting thing with this little tractor. The gauge works. And it says it's got better than a half a tank of diesel, so that's good. This one has a little dipstick down here. This one also has just a dipstick in the front and the rear. This dipstick down here, you pull it out, and it usually, and this time, it doesn't have anything on it. Now, you put it back in there and stick it down, and when you pull it out, it's actually way over full. Somehow that whips that up until it gets the air in that dipstick tube and won't let the oil come back up in it. Learned that the hard way. Leave that one's just fine for today. This one I got filled before and change it. I haven't changed this one since I've got the tractor. So I'm gonna pull a grease gun on that drive shaft. I already know I'm gonna have tires to air up. And maybe we'll get some video of this today. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So I thought I'd come in here and check the hay that I set in here yesterday. I baled 42 bales off of this first field in my hay meadow. And I got all of them moved in. Been a couple hours when they got baled. See, I just grab them, bring them in here with the truck, and then I don't usually set 3 rows of them in there. Usually I just do one because it's easier, and then I'll get them out here to where they're pretty full and stack them with the skid loader. And they're good. I didn't know that they might heat a little bit. They looked really green, but they was dry. When you bend it, they would break. But there's some places it was still a little tough, but I couldn't detect that they were any hot on the inside at all. That doesn't look good. He stopped. Is he stuck? They got us some more mowed to bale today down there. I'm going to try and tether it here just a little bit. I'll go over here and video him mowing a little bit, but Dakota's not mowing. He stopped. Yeah, this is really, really, really heavy hay. This field that made 42 bales could not be. I don't think there's any way it was 7 acres. And the water's been up in this field, and there's a bunch of drift, and there's still places where there's water standing. We're gonna have to go around all that's still standing over here. But you can see how green and heavy and thick it is. A big part of it was laid down. You see the drift that's washed up through it. Just mountains of it from that big rain we had. I believe he's got a hay wrapped around his drive shaft. Yep, gotta go. After 6, I got to help Scott. I probably baled 10 bales of that, maybe 15 at the most. It made 60 altogether. Kind of made it a L-shaped piece. The reason we're cutting it up into pieces is because there's water standing in that grass. And part of this is actually pretty low. It's kind of lower than the creek along in the middle of this field. So. And we got some more to bale tomorrow, and I got some square bales baled. I don't know if you can see them up there on the field. I got a couple little patches of them to pick up, get put in the barn this evening, so I better get busy. It's 9:45 or so now on Thursday evening. Scott sawed a full day at the sawmill, and we got 60 round bales rolled up, and then I had 88 square bales on this trailer for Scott, and had 33 for a neighbor, and I think we had 85 that I put in the barn up there for me. And so this is the end of a good long day for me. I'm done. I'm going in the house. Thanks for watching. Be sure and leave your comments below and like the video, and keep your eyes open for a sticker video coming up. Thanks for watching. Talk at you on the next one.